Добрый день или вечер, уважаемые дамы и господа. К сожалению, я дурачок, поэтому у меня нету сейвов из той игры, которая закончилась в первой серии. У меня есть новые сейвы, которые я протестировал, что они работают и так далее. Но, так как я дурачок, я начну игру заново. Я буду делать примерно те же выборы. Наверное, там будет какое-то отхождение от событий первой серии. Но это только одна из бед. Вторая проблема — это то, что я прямо сейчас пьяный. Я не могу сказать, сколько я точно выпил. Может быть, я выпил 2 литра, может быть, я выпил меньше. Но я пил сидр холодный. А в комнате тепло. Поэтому меня развозит. Поэтому сейчас у меня появляется третья шкала. Кроме физического и ментального, у меня появляется шкала опьянения, которая, как только заполнится на 100%, я умру нахуй. Поэтому давайте начнем новую игру. Опять же, до мыслителя. Я не буду придумывать ничего. И, наверное, да, я буду скипать диалоги, которые я уже видел. В принципе, я уже... Да. Я не хочу... Отлично. Еще давай. Давай, события. Поехали. Да. Ой. Не хочу обыщать, не надо.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice can make.
Блин. Давай, вставай. Так, давайте. Поднял. Отлично. Как ходить? Ну да, на вас это... Бутылка
You
пустая.
hear a jingle. It says whirling in rag. The whirling in rags is...
Ключи я получил. Я вырвал пленку, я помню. Давай это...
This fan has 2 chain pull switches.
Давай галстук
One
хватаем.
end, you reach out to grab the tie. But what's
Блять.
this? Diffuse radiant. This is bad. Feels like sharp stone for quite a long time. Still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself, you know what you should do. You should stop the fan. Do it if you want to die. The stabbing pain in your chest is telling you. The blades come squeaking to a halt.
Нормально.
It
Все,
should be easier to reach the tie now.
я забрал все.
You swoop up and catch the... What you have in your hand is a truly hidden...
Вообще, мне насрать какой там узел, блядь, главное, что галстук у меня с собой. А где рубашка? Так, ну это-то я знаю, что там. Рубашки нет. Бля, напялил голое тело пиджак. Понять насрать. Так, зеркало. Давайте еще раз зеркало.
Hot water. Suddenly, you realize you have no
Давай,
as you
стри
slow
зеркало.
halt. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there.
Да, давай щупаем.
There is definitely
Ненормально.
something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatiness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol.
Давай
It's
нос
not.
потрогаем.
Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly...
Давай язык попробуем.
It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Давай зеркало протираем.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Лицо запалил алкоголик.
You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you... Please stop.
Yes.
It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Да
Oh
ладно.
my god. You can't stop. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Не
You
знаю.
should check yourself for a pulse. Because from here it looks like getting clever appears to make
О,
the expression even worse.
я взял.
Now it's mixed with smugness.
Все нормально. Удачи. Пока. Мне пофиг. Так, это все еще не открывается. Все плохо. Я думал, что он откроется, если я перезапущу игру. У меня... понятно. У меня очков навыков не хватит. Так, давай. А где рубашка-то? Рубашка. Нет рубашки. А, вот ботинок один. Ботинок второй, он там. Все, давай. Давай, пошел. Деньги. Чужие деньги. Не возьму деньги. Давай, ну. О, сила воли. О, бля, пацаны, можно силу воли прокачать. А что такое? Порыв соленого ветра? Ну да. Пофиг.
There they both are, like two baby crocodiles. Go ahead.
Мне известно, что это. Мне известно, что крокодили сапоги не принадлежат мне, ну или, по крайней мере, они принадлежат человеку. Что тут упало? Ладно. Я могу... Ладно, не могу.
Hello, officer.
Удачи. Не буду я с тобой говорить. Ремонт. Пофиг. Где моя тетрадка? Записи. Я не знаю, разберу ли я тут что-нибудь. Кстати. Блять. Подождите, я потерял тетрадку записи. Нет. Это тоже не так. Стой. Где? Так, ребята, извините, техническая заминка, я потерял тетрадь, которую я записывал. Окей, ну это что, превращается в лютый хардкор, конечно, блять. Давай повзаимодействуем со всем, что есть опять. Да. Партитура.
You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get.
Нет. Спасибо. Снега на здоровье. Как тут работает? 4 встречи профсоюза, это я помню. Бутылка рома.
A colorful piece of plastic is
Так,
dangling
well,
from the
thanks.
counter, rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of
Сложно.
headache medicine.
А давай попробуем.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens.
Ну ладно.
This man could probably... It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a...
Ладно, понятно. Не растормошил я его. Что ж. Так. Ты.
A man in his late 20s. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some...
Нет. У меня плохо все с восприятием. Он не фанат. Я-то помню. Я помню.
A bespectacled man in an as you approach on the sleeve of his bomber.
Hello.
Да. Роким.
I'm Kim.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Знаешь что, блядь? Давай придумаем имя.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath.
Классно.
You're 2 steps
Давай,
closer.
час еще не
Okay,
пробил.
then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again.
Давай,
Ask him
давай
it also
опросим.
wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. Good. But even if have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, where
Да.
it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as after you.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now.
Так, вот вопрос. Буду ли я докладывать, что я проебал радио? Вопрос риторический.
Hello, sweet.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
What was with that fucking wink?
Блять, я просто... Я подмигиваю. Брат, ну типа...
I see you are still grieving. Well, you must forgive me. I'm Lena.
This
No.
Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Of course, dear.
Она ничего мне не даст. Она мне ничего не сделает. Я уже это знаю.
The man with the unimpressive beard.
Mr.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from... Right.
No, I only just got here.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can...
You said you just got here,
What, of Martinez?
but you still know
Да-да-да,
your
он
way around.
посмотрел.
Yes, I know where it's...
I didn't imply that.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses ask him about the body's location before asking if he
Ну,
killed him.
естественно,
People
естественно.
give up.
She went away.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Good for you. Was there something else? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. That's easy. See that door there? First,
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind, 5th century style.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the...
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree.
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people...
Did the debarders themselves still...
I don't really know. You'll have to ask. I would suppose it's because they have...
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Нет, я ускользну, блядь. Удачи. Никому ничего не должен.
As you
Давай.
blow this joint, behind you,
Real mature man.
Пошел нахуй. Потом разберемся. А у меня есть опыт? А в смысле, почему у меня же 50 должно было быть? Так, я помню, что где-то тут есть сила воли. Сила воли. Где там? А где сила воли? Вот она. Да. Да, ладно. В следующий раз тогда. Что там? Внутри бутылки. Можно собрать, если есть пакет. Чё? Могу собирать бутылки. Да ну. Блять, какие-то мужики. Не, надо сходить за трупом. Про значок я говорить не буду. Мне пофиг. Полицию особо не любят. Это я тоже помню.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
Есть
Of
несколько вопросов.
What can I help you with? Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting. I don't know anything about.
Pig is a widely used term for
No
Ну,
need
это
to worry.
понятно.
We are not seeing.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Since the street sign's messed up? Oh, that.
even all the way over here. There's a drop of death in the spring air.
No problem.
She's very welcome.
Me?
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something else.
Да ну.
Her rigid posture.
Is there?
The quickness of the reply certainly does not prove you wrong.
I am pleased to meet you too. Me?
She hides it well, but behind...
I am pleased to meet. Of course.
If there's a corpse, then
Sure. Keep them.
Да, вот. Я получил перчатки. Мне нужны перчатки, чтобы спокойно снять труп. То вот это. Вот я с этим человеком говорю.
a simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as
From another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man.
Затор.
the air from the east is thick with the smell of crude
Что так?
oils, heavy metals and other
It's a traffic jam for the ages.
Да
Harbor
чё-
gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils.
Нет, мне
This man has a barely
пофиг.
suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words.
Yeah, imagine.
целую
So tell
неделю.
me.
Подожди.
What do you need?
Если ты знаешь, если ты был тут целую неделю, значит ты что-то, блядь, должен знать по поводу мертвеца. Ты вот видел.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that.
Окей.
All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Все моя тетрадь. Сейчас, пацаны, секунду. Вот прям. А, вот она. Блять, у меня тут в тетрадке написано, что Ким напарник. Да ну нафиг, я думал, Ким это мой товарищ. Так. Мертвый не шофер. Мертвый не шофер. Блять, где ручка? Мертвый не шофер. Шофер.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lore. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. It's like whatever's going on over at the dock. Workers got a blockade set up. Making dem-
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Some pretty wild stuff I hear. Like a
Подъемную
giant new power
трамплин
crane. and
компании.
half the- I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type.
Точно. Чё?
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines.
Wild Pines.
We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
Ага.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity,
Напряжен.
as if trying to conceal something
Блядь,
warm and deep
3%.
beneath a cool exterior.
Бля, давай нахуй.
Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a
Личное.
personal matter.
I'm okay, man. Just the jam's got me down. The fumes, the chemical.
Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct. Damn,
Ну ладно,
it's tricky business looking into someone.
жаль.
High-grade narcotics.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my
Да
man.
я тоже
Found
пошутил.
runs a nice, clean business. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occidents.
М,
Though
мгм.
we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The
М.
bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't
Ну
be a
ладно,
stranger.
удачи. Окей. Фаун, да? Фаун. Фаун это компания. А это что такое? Товары разбросаны вокруг. Интересно. Тут тупик. Это что такое? А, тут хрен пройдешь, да? Что же? Так, я не забыл, я сохраняюсь. Древний фонтан. Окей, ладно, пойдемте к трупу, короче, уже. Мне кажется, труп уже задолбался там ждать. А что такое? Рио Десен Кислен 8Б. Закрыто. Угу. Для детей она не выдержит. Тут что? Темный механизм. О, вот это что такое?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Давай-ка ну.
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite.
М,
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Вот так вот. А тут дверь. На самом-то деле. Такие вот дела. Ну, слушай, вот сюда мог,
What is
между
this,
прочим,
A tool shed?
отправиться спокойно убийца. Он мог чисто пройти здесь, если его никто не видел. Давайте запишем. Есть сарай. Сарай закрытый. Закрытый. Ну, это типа шифер был. Закрытый шифером около трупа. Ага. Ебать. Что такое? Пустая упаковка от магниевой добавка. Серебряная тарелка с остатками желтоватого
Be
порошка.
still, my beating heart.
Амфетамин.
The lieutenant isn't studying the power. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. See that ladder there?
М,
It's probably another way.
Ну да. Короче, дороги, для тебя конец. Сушеная голова свиньи. Ага. Подъем. Это что такое? Ага, интересные проходы, да? Прям скоро обвалится. Держит лишь ремонтный опор и... О, ведро. Открытка Гран Курон 37. У меня есть, но... Как мне... Так, я не понимаю. Так. Что такое? Почки наполовину заполнены дождевой водой. Ладно. Ну, допустим, тут есть гараж. Гараж с наркотиками.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me.
Hmm.
I got my hands.
You can still see the top of her hat from.
Пошел нахуй, блядь. Так, ага, мусор.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says just a trash container. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
Окей, ладно. Ладно, нет, в принципе, аргумент. КР, украшенная короной, светом подкрученной. Ничего не понятно, очень интересно. Так, мы с тобой, блядь, еще не закончили. Ты у меня еще получишь, пацан. Так, давайте откроем тогда эту мусорку. Блять. Не, давайте не будем. Я от него сбежал, иначе он мне сейчас скажет, блять, я ему должен. Я не хочу быть должен. Я просто возьму монтировку из машины.
Before you stands vapor emanate. This must be the. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
The pry bar feels nice and cold, useful for opening all sorts of doors. The handles are. You can do good work with the. It's robust, lets you see things in the pull-out toolbox.
Окей, ладно. Так. Слышь, блядь, у меня монтировка есть. Я тебе сейчас так по башке дам.
This
Так.
trash container is locked.
Легендарно,
As a
что?
padlock that says whirling in rags.
Ну давай попробуем, почему бы и нет.
Fourth time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't bent. There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing.
Let's ask the manager for the key. This is...
Ну давайте поговорим с детьми. С монтировкой в
I'll
руках.
die before I squeal, pig. What's this kid shit?
Get the fuck out of here!
So it's a girl.
I'll die before I squeal. Murder was the case they gave.
Слышь, Куну, блядь. Давай с тобой поговорим после сейва. Куну. Куну.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as a.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno. Right in the dick, Kuno.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two.
Fuck that! The rake, Kuno. You should throw.
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do any... You will see.
The language these kids are using. Pure, unfettered id. There will be no.
Alright.
The kid moves his hand. Irregular speech patterns. Overconfidence.
Это на
Could this kid
наркотиках.
be on drugs?
О, я нашел
This
лачугу твою.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5 days. Shit. Get
We can't do that.
pigs can't displace. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool Oh, that. Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
What?
What is this shit?
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
Самоирония не сработала.
Well played. No one saw that coming.
Да ладно.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have.
Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just got enough for you, pig. Kuno
Kuno,
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Ладно, пошел.
Kuno,
Окей, главное что? Главное, что по идее можно спрыгнуть в порт. То есть съебаться чисто просто можно, не проходя вот здесь вот. Мы знаем, что автомобилист нихуя не видел. Так что вряд ли он увидел человека, который скрылся через забор. Вот как мы сюда пришли. Скорее всего, он съебался через лачугу Куну. Он, значит, поднялся через лачугу и выпрыгнул в гавань. И это не мог быть человек на коляске. Это должен был быть молодой человек достаточно, потому что... Ну, потому что иначе он сломает себе ноги нахуй. В принципе, вполне логично. Давайте запишу. Молодой спрыгнул с лачуги Куно. Чуги Куно. Голова раскалывается.
the corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your...
Active decay. Took it
Разложение.
throw up, officer.
he's about to blow. Cock's gonna blow, Kuno.
Давай попробуем подняться, что ли. Как
There
мне
he
снится?
still is,
Ладно,
looking
пофиг.
right. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you...
Все-таки стошнило меня.
Too late. It's impossible until a pool of vomit. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirits.
Куски шурмы.
Shish kebab.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. There is fruit nearby, east of the hostel. There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a...
Ну, это я знаю.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Понятно, понятно. Что-то там...
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs.
Блять, 6-12. Ну, слава богу, у меня есть визуальный анализ. Так, 6-12 человек. 12 человек.
Every worker's boots with reinforced
Тяжело
toes and
рабочий.
hobnails all over them. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear? Maybe more than 12. No. 8 pairs
Восемь.
of boots have shuffled back and
Ебать.
forth in the mud.
Ровно 8.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 46.
Так, давайте я сейчас табличку сделаю небольшую, пацаны, подождите. Стандартные 46 размер.
2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 44.
Стандартные носки тоже такие, то есть стандартные 44.
3. Hobnailed work boot.
Обитые
Steel
гвоздями.
reinforced toes, number 43.
Отбитые гвоздями 43.
4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
45, 46. Стандартный.
5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44.
Стандартный 44-го.
6. An aberration, light as air, even pace,
41.
same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others.
Это
The weight
тяжелый.
exceeds 200 kilograms.
Тяжелый 46-го. 200 кило... Больше 200 килограмм. Окей, ну вот у нас уже есть первые подозреваемые, между прочим. Ну или, по крайней мере, характер первых подозреваемых. 200 килограмм. Больше, да, больше 200 килограмм.
8. And yet another standard work boot,
Правда,
number
что?
44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
44, но правая изношенная. Правая изношена. Это детективные листки. Важно.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people? One carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built
Вот,
worker
кстати,
carrying a similarly
возможно.
built, soon-to-be dead man.
Слушай, Ким, блядь, вообще респект за такие... Да. Слушай, реально, слушай, а может его убили до этого, просто его повесили? Может он уже мертвый был? Пиздец. Возможно, шоу. Бля, Ким, тебе премию надо, ты такой молодец. У меня ручка перестает писать, пацаны. Так, возможно, шел с трупом.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. Interesting. Let's name it the old soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a
Слушай,
drummer.
барабанщик или столяр? Бля, Ким, слушай, ты, сука, сокровище ты мое. Пиздец. Столяр или барабанщик?
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left.
Слушай,
The accelerator
водитель.
is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here.
Окей. Так, ну это хорошо, слушай, блин. Но труп надо снять. Его надо осмотреть, потому что... Пошел ты нахуй, блядь, эти монтировкой въебало, да. Обосрался. Здесь... Так. У тебя есть
I can't
нашатырь?
believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago. Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff.
Эй, спасибо, спасибо. Очень полезно. Есть, но... У меня нет спорновка. Ну ладно. Потом разберемся. Так. Так. Давай, снимаем.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination, the second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Отлично. Ну давай. Проблевывайся, давай еще раз попробуем.
Nor does the wind right now. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers. You need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do.
You've gained a thought.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have...
И ладно. Тряпка, собирайся, тут тряпка. Классно. А я могу что-нибудь с этим сделать, то что я тряпка? Ладно, пофиг. Так, когда там встреча при Союзе? Это 4. Встреча при Союзе. Ладно, давайте подумаем насчет... Ты водила.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man.
Ладно. Тут где-то были какие-то чуваки. Следы шин. Да, вот.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich.
Ладно.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both...
These manly men are playing
Sorry.
balls. This is a ball game. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're
Окей,
the game.
ладно. Давай. О, ебать. Нифига.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. You'll make it work.
Нифига себе.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23.
What the hell is your problem? You vandalized our game, son! We can't play pétanque with 5 bull! No! No, you don't! Our big...
Take it easy, René. This is just...
Блин.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. Good. Mistakes are forgiven. When men at least try.
Yes. Why did you come here? You never know. He might know something.
Ну, кстати, да.
This is a good
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely. In Martinez, the union is the law. Can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with...
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing
Yes.
politics.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you.
It is true, sire. He knows nothing.
А он? А этот мужик? Может, ты
I
можешь...
have really outdone myself.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. Mop!
René. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine... Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. No, officers,
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shelter.
He means caviar social.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything.
Синус.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but that...
I'm not.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of union.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone. Evrard Claire. Everyone in Martinez.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history.
The old soldier mumbles. There he stands, proud.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
No, thank you. For being consummate professional.
Ладно. Шо, блядь, метнул шарик. Это... Что там? Пришел, метнул шарик, отказался объяснять, ушел. Книг целая куча. А криминальный романс, господи. Ты кто?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside mine. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place right. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character.
There is stress and unease behind these words.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. Of course, sir.
Давай, блядь, поговорим с твоей матерью, блядь. Я полицейский? Вообще. Так, слушайте. Я полицейский. Я, значит, моральный код. Я, блядь, закон. Я ей скажу, что неправильно дочку свою держать, извините меня, на улице.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks.
Не, ладно. Это книги. Старые спортивные журналы. Сбор национальной кухни. Озерная форель. Интересно.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes.
There are
numerous types of
wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like... Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Then you're a lucky man, officer. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations.
Слушай,
Welcome to crime, romance. Be welcome. And please, I am. The proudest
О,
owner of our
господи,
little
дорогие.
shop of culture.
Ой, с кем я связался, бля. А.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, wonderful. Did you talk? Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my
Да,
Annette.
я считаю, что вы поступаете с ней неправильно. Она, блядь, стоит там на холоде. Сколько она там стоит, а? Сколько? Вот уже сколько часов прошло, блядь? 2 часа. Она там все еще стоит. А там холодно, там ветер поднялся.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get...
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening. Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway?
Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries.
Those countries will realize they've raised a lazy and spoiled generation.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here.
Yes.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with...
What in God's name is she talking about?
Ладно, пошла нахуй, блядь. Я хочу узнать, есть ли тут...
You see a set of tattered curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books.
She speaks almost as if she's trying. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtain.
Sir, don't touch that. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please...
The curtains do seem frail suddenly. Not robust enough to contain a slip.
No! Please just talk to me, officer.
Talking is always... You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm.
Знаете, давайте я сохранюсь и открою занавески.
The curtains, tattered with age. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash.
I warned you. You're unleashing force.
Да ну. Ты чё, Дэвид Боуи?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not only an echo. A hollowed out, dark echo. Only a hollowed out, dark echo.
Ой. Рука.
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that...
Are you alright? This looked...
What is going on there? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirit.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to...
У меня же есть слон. У меня есть... Да, у меня есть слон. Ладно. Пофиг. Я не могу ничего здесь найти. Так, слушай, а что за занавески?
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the...
Блин, ладно. Сорян, конечно. Удачи. О.
an old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This button looks new, but...
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Окей, ладно. Давайте пройдемся дальше. На землю.
Welcome to Revachol.
Дальнобойщик расист.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to...
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, but you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
РГМ. Это как раз компания, по идее, да? РГМ. Работаем.
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes. Probably Astra Whites.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so the strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last... Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of... Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples.
Koiko may be another derogative. For a person from Grad, you think?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow him down.
In fact, Yokokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports...
Yeah? Says who? Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikois. They're
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad. Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of... did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, if...
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's...
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter. Had a royal life of someone with a cart. What did you think it was? That's how deep into history our thing... Not at all. We're part of a guild, man, everything, huh? Hell no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the... Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck him up.
Ладно, пошел нахуй. Будь ты. Джамп. Джемс. Это журнал «Самый крепкий мужчина». Что такое? Цветочный магазин?
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most... Benita. She's a model.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but, I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but not really. No. I didn't know him at all.
Блять, говори, сука. Четко говори, не надо всех этих всех этих... Давай по существу, ладно? По существу.
I don't know really long. I don't...
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask her.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Я ничего не знаю. Пиздец. О. Желтые розы. Что такое?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says...
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Слушай, нормально, можно это... бутылки собирать. Так мне нужен пакет. Да. А пакета у меня нет. Или есть? И пакет у меня. Слушай, блять. Вот этот мужик на 200 похож.
We have a right to work. Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, we have families to feed you.
So do we, Scab.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. And try to get in through the secretary's office. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Huge Seminoles guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access path bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically
I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry.
Why don't you go arrest them instead?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
Да, ситуация. Неприятная ситуация. Марка?
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too.
A Stash Ryko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after.
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zhimsk ruler. His banners were famously Zaf.
That's, well, yes, exactly it, more or less. Except it was a crowd of. They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The Zhimsk community protested.
Correction, 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial.
Is that so, officer? I'll take you at your word. 4 years for murder in Reunion. The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked 8 years off the sentence.
The prisons in the greater Revachol Industrial Harbor are already full. Prisoners are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, I
try to avoid drawing far-gone conclusions like this before actually examining the body.
No,
but my initial guess is the two.
Ладно. Так, а что такое?
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip. As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd, even by the standards of the Philippian kings. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the anti-centennial revolution. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fable. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later. Right before they entered out the royal mausoleum beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay. The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time. People in Martinaise tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his not that he ever did in life either.
Руины. Везде руины. О, это кто?
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to the photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as hers. No response, wherever this woman is.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Ну, слушай, ладно. Я с тобой соглашусь, Ким. Так, я хочу сказать, что мне уже становится плохо, поэтому продолжим мы с вами в следующий раз. Я выйду куда-нибудь вот сюда. Я так не прокачался, вот еще предыдущего раза. Но в общем и целом мы узнали много чего полезного. Давайте проверим, что мы узнали. Значит, во-первых, скорее всего, хотя нет, уже не актуально. Известно только то, что с лачуги Куру можно свалить в порт. И причем это может сделать легкий человек достаточно. Известно, что в повешении предположительно участвовало 8 человек. А несколько людей со стандартными, то есть вот тут стандартный 46 размера, стандартный 44, стандартный 45, 46, стандартный 44. И некоторые отличающиеся. К примеру, чувак с ботинками с подбитыми гвоздями 43 размера. Чувак с легким шагом 41 размера. Чувак, который, скорее всего, нес другого человека или весил 200 килограмм 46-го. Вот я сейчас посмотрел на мужика, который на стачке стоит. Возможно, что есть люди на 200. Да. И еще один со стертой подошвой 44-го. В принципе, если мы сообразим, то можно найти в порту среди рабочих того, кто это сделал. Есть еще вариант дождаться встречи профсоюза и отправиться на нее, и там возможно найти подходящих нам людей. Так что такие пироги. Давайте до следующего раза.